Hey everyone, my name's Walter, and I'm back here with something people have probably been waiting for a while. This is our good friend Lucas Werner, a man who used to haunt Olympia, Washington until he was catfished to Spokane on the other side of the state, eventually leading him to shenanigans like hitting on young baristas and threatening to sue for age phobia. A while back I made a video called The Greed of Lucas Werner. No doubt you'll see where this series is going after this one. Let's begin with The Gluttony of Lucas Werner. Out of all the things that you can call Lucas, I think it made him the most enraged when I called him greedy, which isn't even exactly an insult. It seems to challenge either his view of himself or the image he's trying to put out. Lucas is really obviously mostly driven by lust and gluttony though. While Lucas is now in an 11-year dry streak according to himself and has no outlet for his lust, he does have the right to eat. We're going to be covering posts about Lucas eating. And there is a lot of it. This should be fun. For every cent a welfare recipient spends at Taco Bell, the government gives Taco Bell $1 from your taxes. Who's the real welfare recipient? I ate every last one of those 8 chalupas. It only took me 8 hours with a very urgent poop break about the halfway point. I was about to sit down and much to my chagrin I needed to fetch a roll of toilet paper from the closet right as I was about to push. The canard here is that I almost shat on the floor. A canard is an unfounded rumor or story, so he's using it a bit strangely. Lucas is fat, goes after teenage girls, and tells stories about shits he took. He's basically EDP, but with less YouTube success. He really likes showing off his food, too. Even currently, when he has no money or food stamps, he still takes pictures of his nursing home meals. These aren't funny like his own cooking, but we have gotten things like a really thick Hawaiian pizza, PB&J sandwich with bean soup, and his prime rib. Notice how he puts about 15 pepper packets on his food sometimes. Just look at how much pepper he put on his mac and cheese. Yikes. But at least these meals make sense. Look at his own food. A salad for breakfast. But that's not salad dressing. It's Alfredo sauce. No idea. He also eats a lot of cheese. And not only did I eat ham, I did a massive shit to fertilize the sea life. That is lovely, Lucas. This is probably one of the worst things he's done in the kitchen. He used the toaster oven at the homeless shelter to make what he called stuffed calzones. They have hot dogs and cheese, and he wrapped them in bacon so they're sitting in bacon grease. And of course, Lucas's crowning achievement in toaster oven cuisine, a T-bone steak. Your little clone boyfriends don't do anything but take. 25-ounce T-bone cooked by this man here. Werner's a giver, honey. He covered it in pickles and sriracha mayonnaise, I believe. Kid, I could be your funny Generation X dad. We're Generation Z women into this loving man. So here we've got brats and bok choy that Lucas has melted cheese over. Look at the horrible things he's doing to this toaster oven. Gen Z woman, consider this Gen X man. Ya mans here can cook. How about the time he made lobster and scallops in the homeless shelter toaster oven? Lobster tail instead of the COVID slut fest. There was also one time that he bought peanut sauce, drank some of it, and then he set a wrapper down on a sidewalk where he put flamin' hot Cheetos down and covered them in the peanut sauce. And then he ate them off the sidewalk. God only knows why. The Wern audience grows bored. We could all use a less greedy America. Where are the ladies at, Gen Z? You need to stop the act. Yeah, let me complain about greed over a picture of my fat hand reaching into a bucket of KFC. This is probably what the rest of the world thinks America's like. Also, let's never forget his fajita spaghetti. It looks dreadful. Hit about a bra up. Pay you $100 if you eat with me twice in Spokane, Washington. Lil Mama home slice. Now that doesn't sound like slang from the past 20 years. Let the Wern speak his truth. Gander and Ryegrass, the best restaurant I've eaten at in Spokane, and I'm including Churchill's. Nice place to take a date. If you wanna. Generation Z needs to fight its age phobia against Generation X and date me instead of acting like the Trumps. Okay, so he doesn't get to do grocery shopping on this level anymore, but this is from the time period where he was living in a one-room apartment, going to college and calling himself the George Clooney of the Spokane club scene. Here's an actual picture of Lucas's groceries and the staggering amount of cheese that he was eating. Now here's a post about him shopping that was posted to Reddit that happened, because he claims to buy 450 pounds of food a week. Like, I get that he's fat, but come on. So I'm pretty sure I made my neighbor feel like a huge wimp today. I was walking out of my house and passed him while he was checking the mail. He said, "What's up, buddy? Where are you walking to in this hot-ass weather?" I was like, "Just going up to the grocery store to get some groceries." He was like, oh shit, isn't that like 2 miles away? I was like, the shitty ass old one is, but I'm going a little further to the new one. He was like, damn, how much further is that one? I replied, not too much, just an extra 20 blocks there and then another 20 blocks on the way back. He was like, holy fuck, it would kill me just to walk to the old one. What the fuck do you carry back from there? This is the best part. I cracked a smile and said, just doing my usual 16-bag grocery trip, 8 bags per arm, and it weighs about 75 pounds per arm. He couldn't believe it and said it was impossible. It felt pretty good to have someone be so impressed they think something I do 3 times a week is impossible, haha. Okay, 75 pounds per arm isn't impossible for a strong person, but there's no way Lucas can do it. And no one can eat that much food. He mostly just has no idea what anything weighs. This is the man who once claimed 210 pounds when he weighed 297 according to a recent citation. Hell, I'll buy you a prime rib dinner if you're a hot chick between 18 and 24 in Spokane, but I'll wear a nicer shirt. If you can't even look good in your selfies, how do you expect someone to believe you'll look better in person? The mad shit my dad and stepmom come up with, like zucchini kraut on their 12 acres. They're both great cooks who deserve grandchildren, Generation Z. Hit ya Gen X boy Lucas Werner up. Now he's bragging about his dad's cooking skills. Speaking of zucchinis, let's not forget the time Lucas just started taking bites out of a raw zucchini. And I know people will mention it if I don't. The time Lucas was avoiding grain and made microwave nachos with cucumber slices instead of chips. What a mad lad. Conventional cooking cannot contain the word. You really expect me to believe in God when there aren't any restaurants around that specialize in cheese balls? Hashtag atheist. Okay, this one isn't really food related, but it is horrifying. You have a credit card and a girlfriend, and yet you hate the money and power like Bernie Sanders and myself. What about me then? Give me your girlfriend's phone number. I'm going to kiss her on the mouth and put parts of my body in her body since you hate the power of money. Feel the wern, woman. Spoilers, nobody ever decided they needed to feel the wern. Does anybody still make spaghetti? Share if you make spaghetti, or if you love cum and coming. Yes, I make the best spaghetti and cum. Ugh, Chris Chan has Fanta, I guess Lucas has spaghetti. That's not how he meant it? Oh well. Free Grand Slam at Denny's for my 40th birthday. 8 years single, ladies. Hashtag telomeres. Not to mention 40th birthday pancakes. Look at the hashtags he put on this video of himself eating at P.F. Chang's. Chilling with the oligarchs at P.F. Chang's. Hashtag sperm, hashtag telomeres, hashtag older daddy, hashtag men, hashtag Generation X, hashtag Zoomers, hashtag optimism, hashtag age phobia, hashtag oligarchy. You're 18 to 24 in Spokane and want to be the mommy to my kids? Sure, you can date me, I guess. You're peak fertility, right? What a coincidence. I'm 40. We share something in common politically as well, doll. Cute older daddy. Sure, you can date me, I guess. Sundari Lucas grosses me out. Wanna make a baby, honey? Cute older daddy. General So Chicken. Oh, impressive, you have mastered the art of buying things. This man one time put mustard on a chocolate bar. Imagine me with $1,000. Could find a honey, buy her a real banger of a meal, and have a slap of a time. Who got a contribution to defunk the wern? He didn't used to have that last chin. That's a somewhat recent thing. My parents have been vacationing in Mexico since January until April, because they had the money to do so. Be my lover, Gen Z woman. Inheritance. Woman power. Chores are not gender roles, etc., etc. When he says chores are not gender roles, he means he wants to be a useless stay-at-home husband to be supported by his teenage girlfriend. It's fucking lunacy. You're not afraid it's your inheritance they're spending to do that? They'll leave us something. Then again, boomers can't really be trusted. They created the fouls of the economy we've been under since Reagan. The baby boomers kinda owe the world an apology, and not just words, real actions. Lucas, your parents are both married. I have no idea why you expect to be left some big estate. Oh yeah, agreed. And Gluttony. But now let's watch Lust and Gluttony battle each other in his encounter with a woman named Kiki. We didn't fuck. That's sacred pussy, that 18 to 21-year-old pussy, motherfuck. But she loved her $10 fries. I loved my lunchtime with a cosmic queen of a vagina. That's what you need right there. Fries with a gorgeous human being so lovely and pristine. French fries with a queen. We said hello to each other. So I had a chicken sandwich with sriracha mayo on my fries, as she ate fries covered in Parmesan cheese, mushrooms, garlic, and honey mustard. I stared longingly into her eyes. She revealed she had a boyfriend, so I stared longingly into her eyes on a bus to the 7-Eleven gas station, gave her my number and said, "It was a pleasure to meet you, Kiki. You are a wonderful human being." Shook her hand as she smiled, looked me in the eyes and waved goodbye as I smiled into her beautiful brown eyes and said nothing as she walked away. Then I bought a portable phone charger setup and ate a bag of snack mix and a sandwich later that evening. Charged my charger for 2 days, then smoked a joint in the woods as I plugged 30 hours of battery life into my phone. But a white boyfriend. And finally, let's look at a little bit of begging. Let's face it, I've been giving you content for free for quite some time. Would anyone be willing to send me some food today? It's a job, but it's a fun job, and I do it for people like you. I'd be much appreciative. Thank you. Yours, Lucas Werner. Oh my god, Lucas, making YouTube videos is not a job. Unless you're me, apparently. But you need to actually be able to make money from it for it to be a job. Anyway, this is nowhere near the end of Lucas's gluttony, but that's probably about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say, make sure you let me hear it in the comments. I do read those. And I know Lucas eating causes a visceral reaction in some people, obviously. I hope you didn't watch this video while you were eating. If you're new here and want more of my specific type of content, consider subscribing. I make about -10 subscribers a week currently. Thanks also to my awesome patrons. I shout them out once a week or so. They help me support myself. So I'm a beggar too, I guess. Fun times. I'll be back soon, but for now, just thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and please don't send Lucas food. He's diabetic, his feet might fall off.